bring in CBS News Chief Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues. And Jeff, I know you've been there all day. What have you learned from talking to people in the crowd?
Well, most of the people have cleared this scene, and that is good news, obviously, for the National Guard that is set up here behind me, keeping the crowd that is left back from the Capitol. But since early this morning, President Trump supporters have gathered in D.C. They walked down Constitution Avenue to the Ellipse, where President Trump had called them for this rally today. You know, the law enforcement here and D.C. Homeland Security officials expecting tens of thousands of people. But this was a massive crowd, and it filled the Ellipse. And as Major Garrett alluded to, there were speeches, including Rudy Giuliani, who talked about trial by combat. And there were other words that inspired this crowd to walk toward this Capitol today, and that's exactly what they did. Even as President Trump was in the middle of his speech, we saw people turning and walking away and heading toward the Capitol. I asked one woman, well, where are you going? And she said, I'm heading toward the Capitol. The speech has inspired me. And so once we got here to the Capitol, you heard people encouraging other Trump supporters to storm the Capitol, to breach the Capitol. In fact, there was a woman with a bullhorn who was telling people to do just that.
We need more men up at the Capitol. We need 80 men at a time to go through the tear gas.
Hey, excuse me, what are you asking for?
80 men. To take our property, to take our property back. We the people owned this property.
And so I confronted her. I was asking her why she was encouraging people to breach the Capitol when law enforcement at that point, they were trying to keep people back. But she was telling people we have a job to do, and she was among a group of people here intent on breaching this Capitol today. But as I said, law enforcement right now, they have the situation under control. We've seen law enforcement move in, including the National Guard, and they are behind us right now, keeping order on the streets as this curfew is set in. Nora.
Jeff Pegues, thank you so much.